Cooperating is a golden rule you don't break. You break that rule, you die. I broke that rule. If I'm ever killed, don't get mad at the guy who came down. He's following orders, doing what he's supposed to do.
Do you ever miss that friendship you had with John?
I wouldn't want to see anybody die like he did, in prison, like a dog with cancer. But I wish we were out, and I would shoot him in his fucking head tomorrow, because he betrayed me like that. I was with him 11 months in prison before I flipped, and he said, Sammy, I'm gonna make the lawyers make you look like a monster. You hear John Gotti complaining about Sammy. He's killing union guys, he's killing partners in business. He's doing all that. It's not, poor John Gotti lost control of his fucking animal. So I said, John, is that what you really want to do? He said, that's what I have to do. The boss has to be free and you gotta do the time. You want to sacrifice me, and you don't want me to defend myself, to try to fight for my freedom. What will my wife and children think when people are calling me a sadistic animal, a serial killer, or this or that? I'm not a serial killer, I'm a hit guy. No, I'm not gonna sit there like a potted plant and do that. It didn't take a coward's position. It took balls to do what I did.
Do you ever think if I had to do it again, I would do it differently?
I really feel that I am a gangster right this minute sitting here. You want me to talk to kids? I'll talk to them. I'll tell them this. You want to be me? You want to be Sammy the Bull? You're going to kill your best friends, or they're going to kill you. You're going to do 22 years in prison like I did. You're going to get shot twice like I was. You're going to get stabbed once like I was. You're going to go to prison. You're going to fight your whole life. Go ahead, sucker. Be me.
The world is changing. Inspiration is everywhere. It has never been so easy to connect, share, and bring people together. We're learning from others and finding the best in ourselves. Challenging our beliefs. Sharing our vulnerability. Overcoming our fears. Transforming ourselves so we can transform the world. How far can we go?
This is London Real. I am Brian Rose. My guest today is...
This is London Real. I am Brian Rose. My guest today is Sammy the Bull Gravano, the former American mobster who served as underboss of the notorious Gambino crime family. You became a made man in New York City in 1976 and quickly rose up the ranks, earning tens of millions of dollars a year, as well as a reputation of one of the most feared enforcers in Mafia history, later serving as the right-hand man to New York kingpin John Gotti. You have openly confessed to 19 murders or hits during your time in Cosa Nostra, and in 1991 became the highest-ranking Mafia member to break the blood oath and become a government witness. Your testimony saw John Gotti sentenced to life imprisonment without parole, and you received a 5-year sentence. In 2001, you were sentenced to a further 20 years for your role in a drug trafficking ring in Arizona and spent the next 16 years behind bars. Since then, your life has taken a completely different direction, with you building an online media empire complete with a podcast, YouTube channel, and successful website. Your videos and interviews have been seen by millions of people around the world as you reinvent yourself as the Don of social media. Sammy, welcome to London Real.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Let me correct one or two things you said. I got a 20-year sentence on that second bit. I did almost 18 years, 17 years, 7 months, not 16, but that's fine. We want to just keep the record straight. And everything else you said is true. I'm involved in 3 mafia wars. I'm involved with 19 murders. I didn't commit 19 murders, but I'm involved. And so everything else you said is perfect, and I'm ready to go. I have a lot of followers when I'm watching. I got over 520,000 subscribers, and I have 84 million views. And a lot of them are people from England who text me and send me messages all the time. I have a girl out there, young girl, very smart, very good looking, talented girl. Got great conversations with her. She tells me what's going on in the country a lot of times. Her name is Demi Vitale. So I'd like to give her a shout out. She's a great kid. She's, when I talk with many, many people from England. And
all right, well, let's jump into it. So Sammy, last year in 2021, I was running to be the next mayor of London. And I spent 7 months on a campaign trail trying to get this city back on track after we had been locked down in 2020. And I used to work really hard during the day. We had a battle bus. I used to drive it around the city. The police actually were trying to stop me from campaigning because they said I was breaking rules. So I probably felt like you felt at one point. And at night, I used to go home and I used to watch your podcast, Sammy. And I remember coming in and telling the whole team here, we had a whole campaign crew, and I'm like, you gotta watch Sammy's YouTube channel because it's fascinating what I'm watching here. Now, I had watched your original interview with Patrick Bet-David, which I think has been watched now 17 million times. That was my first real exposure to you. I think I'd seen the Diane Sawyer interview back in the day. But, I think that was your first time maybe on camera with David, with Patrick, and I felt like you were on guard. But on your YouTube channel, I got introduced to this very nuanced character named Sammy the Bull, and especially your podcast. And, hats off to your producer, James Carroll, because that first season had me gripped. And I got to see a lot of things about you that I didn't understand, about why you did things, how you felt about things. And I guess I wanted to start by asking you, do you ever find it stranger than fiction what you're doing? I mean, here you are in Arizona on a YouTube channel talking openly about the details of the hits and the crimes. Back when you got made in '76, if someone had told you 50 years from now you would be doing this live broadcast and things like that, would you ever believe it? And how does it feel sometimes to be doing what you're doing now?
Well, I was never a public. I was very private. When you went in and I took the oath, it's a secret society and a brotherhood. So I kept that very secret, very private. I never talked publicly. So if you would have told me, or I would have told myself, you're going to be talking publicly, if you would have told me that 5-6 years ago, I would say you're crazy. Not me. It's not what I do. But I got into it when I came out. We were going to write a book, my wife's book, ex-wife's book. It's the story of a woman's story of what it was like to be married to someone like me. And we couldn't get it sold. And then somebody approached her to do a podcast, and she asked my help. And I said, sure, I'd help. And that's how I started doing this stuff. My son actually put me on Facebook and then YouTube. When I went in, now I'm out of prison 5 years. So 23 years ago, these phones weren't here. YouTube wasn't here. So I had no idea what this was about, what it was. And I don't have too much knowledge even now. I mean, I'm not a tech guy. So, and I started talking about, my crimes and stuff like that. And I wanted to be very truthful, very open, very honest.
To continue watching the rest of the episode for free, visit our website londonreal.tv or click the link in the description below.